I think this is day 24. I need to go to YouTube and check. If you're watching this, please subscribe, like this video, comment if you can. I'm trying to buy my own laptop. My old laptop broke, so I'm trying to buy another laptop. The laptop I'm on is not mine. So please support the channel. Oh, and I took off the monetization. I don't know. I might have to edit back. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, muy bien. I'm glad YouTube suggests me. Oh, muchas gracias. Somebody sent the okay, y'all. Somebody's learning Spanish. Thank you, Cody 111, for your comments in the last video yesterday. Come. If you like Spanish, come. Let's see. Okay, so that one, your studio. Y'all, I wasn't expecting it. I was looking for the correct day, making sure that we're on the correct day, day 24. And because I took my monetization off of a lot of my videos, YouTube playing games with me, I feel like. Okay, yep, day 24. We are on day 24. We're on day 24 of 100-day Spanish learning challenge. We are on Unit 1, Chapter 3, Lesson 4, I believe. So here we go. Oops. Give me 1 second. I gotta share my screen. Okay. So this is. Can I replay it? Yeah.
Es un gusto conocerlo.
Es un gusto conocerlo. They'll also teach you another way. Es mucho gusto. Es un gusto conocerlo. Es un. And this is one of those things where what we identify as is Spanish. Their words. They have multiple words that give you the is factor. We learned some of it last lesson. This one, like I sometimes este, está, and obviously okay? Es which really means a good, conocerlo, meet you. It's a good or nice. It's nice to meet you. Es un gusto conocerlo. And I haven't gotten that far to understand why there's a lo. I know the O is for me. Like it's good that I met you. But I don't know what the L portion of that is. Maybe it's just I don't know. They'll tell us.
Listen carefully.
Conocer.
Means to meet, to know. Let's hear that one more time.
Conocer.
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 Can be both to meet or to know. But don't worry, you will know which meaning is being used by the context of the conversation.
Conocer.
Let's see if you can say to meet, to know.
Conocer.
Conocer.
Here's something new. When you're speaking to a man in a formal situation, say
Conocerlo.
to mean to meet you.
Conocerlo. I need to know, and I want my fellow learners to understand why it's important to know where the LO comes from. I know, maybe O is, for me to meet you. The L, I'm not sure where it is, why is there. So give me 1 second. Since I think we're going to cover 2 today, since tomorrow's Friday, conocerlo. The nation of conocerlo. Let's see what they have to say. And then once again, I forget how to spell explanation. Oh, they messed me up. Conocerlo. Spanish. Conocerlo. Okay, conocer in Spanish means to know, to meet. We just learned that. To be familiar with people, places, or things you've experienced. Contrasting with saber, knowing, facts, skills. So if somebody, like, I know, I hear Spanish sayings like, no sabe, I don't know. That's what I was told to say when I don't know, no sabe. Or no sé, yo no sabe, tú no sabes, yo no sa, tú no sé. There we go. Sorry, y'all. And changing meaning to meet you for the first time. So, or things you've experienced, contracting with saber, to know, and changing the meaning to meet for the first time in the past tense, conocerlo. So this is the past tense. Conocerlo combines conocer with lo, which is it or him. Oh, so all at the end for conocer is not you're saying I know. It's nice for me to meet you. It's saying that you are talking to a male, a masculine person, or an object, or not an object, a thing, right? It or him. Meaning to know it or him, or to meet it or him, depending on context. So I have already met you, past tense. And it is nice that I have met you, the male, masculine form. Conocer lo, a past tense of him or it. Y'all. Does it apply for all of them? Conocer lo.
When you're in a formal setting, how do you say to meet you to a male?
Conocerlo.
Conocerlo.
Let's see if you can say to meet, to know.
Conocer.
Conocer.
When you're in a formal setting, how do you say to meet you to a male?
Conocerlo. To meet you.
Conocerlo.
Conocerlo. So it's not you, it's he. So okay, nice to meet. It's not necessarily you. It's nice to meet you, male, or you, male, in the past tense. I'm just saying. Oh, there go at the top. You see that? Formal to formal male. Now I'm curious to see what informal looks like.
Here's how you would say he, she, it is for permanent states of being.
Es.
Is. We remember is. We learned that last time.
Here is how you would say a pleasure.
Un gusto.
Un gusto.
How do you say a pleasure?
Un gusto.
Un gusto.
Let's see if you can say to meet, to know.
Conocer.
Conocer.
You know what conocer confuses me? What I confuse conocer with, just thinking about it right now, is the verb for, I think it's cook. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want you to get confused either.
When you're in a formal setting, how do you say to meet you to a male?
Conocerlo.
Conocerlo.
How do you say a pleasure?
Un gusto.
Un gusto.
How do you say it's nice to meet you? When speaking to a man in a formal setting, you are literally saying, it is a pleasure to meet you.
So if you know that that's what I'm saying literally, why won't you just say it? Okay, anyway. Un gusto conocerlo.
Es un gusto conocerlo.
Es un gusto conocerlo.
You may also hear people say,
Es un placer conocerlo.
Es
Placer.
literally means pleasure. So you can use either
Es un gusto conocerlo.
or.
Es un placer conocerlo.
Both phrases have the same meaning.
Es un placer conocerlo. Placer. I don't know if we're too far ahead now, but I would love to go and like pull out some vocabulary from these at some point. Not anytime soon.
Good job so far. Now, can you figure out how to say, pleasure to meet you, to a man in a formal situation?
Gusto conocerlo.
Gusto conocerlo.
Speaking formally to a woman, the way you would say, to meet you, is
Conocerla.
Conocerla.
in a formal situation. How would you say to a woman, to meet you?
Conocerla.
Conocerla.
Based on what you've learned so far, try to say, it's nice to meet you, to a woman in a formal situation.
Es un gusto conocerla.
Es un gusto conocerla.
Listen to the informal way to say, to meet you.
Conocerte.
Conocerte. Informal. Conocerte. Ah. So you have lo, which is formal to the man or a thing, whatever a thing would be. Then you have la for a female, which should be relatively easy to remember. And then you add, but these are both formal. And then you have conocerte, which is informal. Is informal for male or female? Let's find out.
What's the casual way to say, to meet you?
Conocerte.
Conocerte.
Which makes sense because te is, I guess, a derivative of tú, which is you. Conocerte.
What do you think would be the way to say, "It's nice to meet you," to someone in an informal situation?
Es un gusto conocerte.
Es un gusto conocerte.
Es un gusto con gusto. Es un gusto conocerte.
Now, how do you say, "Likewise"?
Igualmente. Recuerda.
Igualmente.
All right.
What's the way to say, "See you later"?
It's two ways. Remember we learned two ways? Okay, maybe the first one they want me to say, hold on, let me pause this real quick. I feel like the first one they want me to say, nos vemos.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. They full of shenanigans. Pero we learned hasta luego y nos vemos. You can say either one.
Here's one. Can you figure out how to say, "It's nice to meet you. See you later," to a man in a formal setting?
Es un gusto conocerlo. Hasta luego.
Es un gusto conocerlo. Hasta luego.
Es un gusto conocerlo. Hasta luego. How formal. I wish a Spanish speaking person, like native Spanish speaking person, could tell me how formal that is. Like, is it so formal that I should not be learning? Like, I should learn it, but not study it?
In a casual setting, how do you say, "It's nice to meet you"?
Es un gusto. To who? Oh, es un gusto conocerte.
Es un gusto conocerte.
Es un gusto conocerte. I like that. Es un gusto conocerte.
When speaking to a man in a formal setting, how do you say, "It's nice to meet you. See you later"?
Es placer. Es un gusto placer. I ain't going to try to learn that one. Es un gusto conocerlo. Hasta luego.
Es un gusto conocerlo. Hasta luego.
I think it's placer.
When you're in a formal setting, how do you say, "Pleasure to meet you," to a male?
Placer. Hold on. Un gusto conocerlo. O placer conocerlo.
Gusto conocerlo.
Gusto conocerlo.
In a formal situation, how would you say to a woman, "To meet you"?
Conocerla.
Conocerla.
In a formal situation, how would you say to a woman, "It's nice to meet you"?
Es un gusto conocerla.
Es un gusto conocerla.
Es un gusto conocerla. Es un gusto conocerla. I feel like I'm saying gusto. Es un gusto conocerla.
What's the casual way to say, "To meet you"?
Conocerte.
Conocerte.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, we're going to do our review, and then we're going to move on to lesson 5 for today. I feel like, we'll see how we're going to do this. Let's see how.
Try to say, "This is my husband."
Es. Es mi esposo.
Él es mi esposo.
Él es mi esposo. I'm going to count that one. Él es mi esposo.
Okay, now try to say, "They are my friends."
Ellos son mis amigos.
Ellos son mis amigos.
Whoop, whoop. I hope y'all practice it. I hope y'all getting this.
What does it mean when you say, ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se llama? How do you say your name? Kind of like how you say your name. AKA, they're going to say, what is your name?
What is his name?
Oh, his. No, say, yes, se llama. Not te, say. Okay.
What's the meaning of, ¿Cómo te llamas?
This is como te llamas. What is your name? But remember, como is how. How you say is really how you. Wait, what did I say last time? How to say your name. Something like that.
What is your name?
Yep. So we're going to check. Yes.
What does it mean when you say, ¿Cómo se llama usted?
¿Cómo se llama usted? What is his name? Formal? It's a formal way to say what is. Say, ¿cómo se llama? What is his name?
What is your name?
What is your name? See, that's what's throwing me off. Because como se llama, right? Como se llama, usted is what is your name. But como se llama, just como se llama is what is his or her name. Those little things was muy difícil to recuerda.
What does it mean when you say, ¿Cómo se llama?
See, ¿cómo se llama? Without the usted is what is his or name or her name, whatever.
What is his name?
See, ¿cómo se llama?
What does it mean when you say, ¿Cómo se llama usted?
¿Cómo se llama usted? When you put the usted, it brings it back to the person you're talking to. ¿Cómo se llama usted?
What is your name?
Foolishness, y'all. Okay. So that's what we got to remember. The difference between ¿cómo se llama and ¿cómo se llama usted? Okay. How long is lesson 5? All right, let me see something because today is Thursday, right? We only have Thursday today and Friday of this week that we were supposed to finish. I don't know how we got pushed back to 2. So if I do this one, yeah, I don't know how we got pushed back. We might have did one. Did I miss a day? I didn't miss a day. Might have did one twice. I don't remember. But hang in there with me, y'all. Hang in there. If you have to, pause it and go take a break. Do whatever you got to do and come back because I'm going to do lesson 5. And then so tomorrow, mañana, we can do 6 and 7. And then our recap and stuff. So today and tomorrow is going to be long.
Try this one.
Mi esposo es policía.
Mi esposo
Which means,
es policía.
My husband is a police officer.
Mi esposo es policía.
Remember this? Say, he, she, it is for permanent states of being.
Es.
Es.
All right, let's learn how to say police officer. Listen closely and repeat.
Policía.
Policía.
Do you remember how to say police officer?
Policía.
Policía.
Using what you've learned, see if you can figure out how to say, he's a police officer.
Él Es policía. Un policía. I want to say, hold on. So if we were referring to the name, right, it would be él es policía. Let's see what it is now.
Él es policía.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
Note that you do not need to use an article, like a in English, with professions.
So do not use a, like he is a nurse, he is a teacher. So all you say is he is teacher. He is. The Spanish language was so focused on whether or not a word was masculine or feminine because they was obsessed, right, with gender. They forgot articles. I'm just saying. Anyway, he is police. He is nurse. Does it make sense? No. Is that okay? Yes.
Time to put all the pieces together. How do you say, my husband is a police officer?
Mi esposo es policía. Put a heart in the chat if you got it correct.
Mi esposo es policía.
Did I just say esposa? And I know it was esposo. Lo siento if I said it. I don't remember. Mi esposo es policía.
Good job so far. Now, think of the way to say, my sister is a police officer.
Mi hermana es policía.
Mi hermana es policía.
Did you notice that
Policía.
doesn't change with gender? Generally speaking, professions that end in
A.
like
Policía.
or
E.
do not change. However, those ending in
O.
change to
A.
in the feminine form. Remember this for the future slides.
Okay. So, A does not change. E does not change. But O changes to A. We're not going to remember that. We're going to try, but it's okay if you don't.
Now, can you figure out how to say, excuse me, are you a police officer? In a formal situation.
Formal, y'all. Disculpe. Oh my gosh. Disculpe. ¿Es un policía? ¿Es policía?
Disculpe, ¿es usted policía?
Usted. Oh. Disculpe, ¿es usted policía? No sabe, no sabe. Wait, no sabe. I don't know how to say. I don't know. No conocerlo. No, wait. I said no meet you. Don't pay me no mind, y'all.
Remember this? Say, my sister is a police officer.
Mi esposa, no, lo siento. Mi hermana es policía.
Mi hermana es policía.
Mi hermana es policía.
How do you say, excuse me, are you a police officer? In a formal situation.
Disculpe. That's the formal way to say excuse me. Disculpe. Es usted, which makes sense. They go es, the being, permanent state of being. You, usted, because it's formal. Policía.
Disculpe, ¿es usted policía?
Okay.
This is how you say, nurse.
Enfermero.
Enfermero.
Remember this? Say, nurse.
Enfermero.
Enfermero.
Enfermero. Enfermero. How you can remember that? Nurses tend to infants. That's how I think of it. Enfermero sounds like infant to me. So enfermero, enfermero.
Can you figure out how a woman would say, I'm a nurse?
Soy enfermero. Enfermera.
Yo soy enfermera.
There we go. Yo, they added yo. I'm not sure why, because I thought you could say I am, and then whatever it is with soy. Pero yo soy enfermera.
Remember this? Say, my sister is a police officer.
Mi hermana es enfermera. Enfermero.
Mi hermana es policía.
Policía. Why am I saying the wrong stuff? Mi hermana es policía.
How do you say, excuse me, are you a police officer? In a formal situation.
Okay, it's formal, y'all. Disculpe. ¿Es usted policía?
Disculpe, ¿es usted policía?
Now, how would a woman say, I'm a nurse?
Yo soy enfermera.
Yo soy enfermera.
Now, try to figure out how a woman would say, I'm a nurse and he is a police officer.
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
Woo, woo. Woo, woo.
You may have noticed that in Spanish, pronouns are not necessary in sentences like,
Está cansada.
however, you can include pronouns in sentences where you want to emphasize who you are talking about, or when you are comparing or contrasting people. For example,
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
That
I'm a
makes-
nurse and he is a police officer.
That makes sense.
Remember this? Say, my sister is a police officer.
I feel like the Spanish language is already overworked. So I guess they had to cut some stuff. But my sister is a police officer. Mi hermana es, no article, policía.
Mi hermana es policía.
How do you say, excuse me, are you a police officer? In a formal situation.
This is formal. Disculpe. Es permanent state of being. Usted, you formal. Policía. Disculpe, ¿es usted policía?
Disculpe, ¿es usted policía?
Now, how would a woman say, I'm a nurse?
Yo soy enfermera.
Yo soy enfermera.
What's the right way for a woman to say, I'm a nurse and he is a police officer?
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
Now, let's learn journalist. Ready?
Periodista.
Let's hear it again.
Periodista.
Periodista.
Let's hear you say journalist.
Periodista. Oops.
Periodista.
Periodista. Not periodista. Lo siento. Periodista. Periodista. So, okay, so periodista, you can see, think of this like as a periodical, right? In English, we call it periodicals that like you can write and that journalists write and create. So this is like a person who writes periodicals. If you can remember that. Journalists write periodicals, periodista.
Good job so far. Now, think of the way to say, my name is Juan. I'm a journalist.
Me llamo Juan. Yo soy periodista.
Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista.
I guess they took out that extra yo. Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista. They shouldn't have added yo anyway, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just be happy that it's just soy periodista. Periodista. Not periodista, periodista.
The word
Periodista.
just like
Policía.
doesn't change with gender. How do you say, excuse me, are you a police officer? In a formal situation.
Disculpe, ¿es usted policía?
Disculpe, ¿es usted policía?
And please try to do this with your
Now,
eyes
how
closed.
would a woman say, I'm a nurse?
Yo soy enfermera.
Yo soy enfermera.
What's the right way for a woman to say, I'm a nurse and he is a police officer?
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
Try to say, my name is Juan. I'm a journalist.
Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista.
Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista.
Listen to the way you would say, we.
Nosotros.
Let's hear that again.
Nosotros.
Nosotros. We.
Let's see if you can say, we.
Nosotros.
Nosotros.
This is how you say, we are, for permanent states of being.
Somos.
Somos. We by itself. Nosotros. We are the state of being for us is somos. Those are two different things. This is the state of being. This is to replace is. We is to replace literally all of us. And that is nosotros.
Nice. Now practice saying, we are, for permanent states of being.
Somos.
Somos.
Now let's learn employee.
Empleado.
Empleado.
Now, how do you say employee?
Empleado.
Empleado.
Based on what you already know, how would you say, we are employees?
So it could be two different things. It could be nosotros somos empleados or without the nosotros.
Nosotros somos empleados.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
Now, how would a woman say, I'm a nurse?
Yo soy enfermera.
Yo soy enfermera.
Yo soy enfermera. I would say for some of these words, spell them out so that you can see how it's spelled, because that ere can sound like a de for certain words. Enfermera. Or you could just hear yourself saying another vowel by accident. I'm just saying.
What's the right way for a woman to say, I'm a nurse and he is a police officer?
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
And for some reason, here we go, they overwork in a sentence like they like to do. And he is, but we all know you can say es policía for he is a police officer. But they like to overwork it a lot of times. So él es policía.
Try to say, my name is Juan. I'm a journalist.
Me llamo Juan. Soy, I don't know if it's soy or yo soy. Soy periodista.
Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista.
Okay. Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista.
Do you remember how to say, we are employees?
Nosotros somos empleados.
Nosotros somos empleados.
Can you figure out how to say, we are not employees, we are journalists?
Nosotros no somos. Remember, nosotros no somos. That not goes first. Nosotros no somos empleados. Somos periodistas. Let's see.
Nosotros no somos empleados. Somos periodistas.
There we go. And so they for this one, it looks like that second sentence for whatever reason. For whatever reason, once we have already identified that the we are nosotros, which is us, somos is going to be there because that's the state of being. Nosotros somos, right? So once we've already established who the we is, you don't need to add it again. Because it's already in the are, right? It's already in the state of being. We are. And that's where you get somos. So I guess they say, since you already have nosotros in the sentence before it, we already know based on the type of are that we're using, like state of being that we're using, somos, we know that it's nosotros. We know that it's us because we have somos there. So we don't need nosotros twice. So nosotros no somos empleados. Somos, because we already established who nosotros is, right? Somos periodistas. Okay.
What's the right way for a woman to say, I'm a nurse and he is a police officer?
Yo soy. Remember that extra stuff they like to do, overworking with those articles or subject pronouns. Nosotros, yo soy enfermera, y él, overworking, él es policía.
Yo soy enfermera y él es policía.
The Spanish language likes to overwork and work overtime in establishing a connection between the subject, the verb, and the articles that are accompanied with them.
Try to say, my name is Juan. I'm a journalist.
Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista.
Me llamo Juan. Soy periodista.
Do you remember how to say, we are employees?
Nosotros somos empleados.
Nosotros somos empleados.
Now, how do you say, we are not employees, we are journalists?
Nosotros no somos empleados. Somos periodistas.
Nosotros no somos empleados. Somos periodistas.
Remember this? Say, nurse.
Enfermera. Oh, lo siento. Enfermera.
Enfermero.
Okay, so it's reverse to the O. Enfermero.
Let's hear you say, journalist.
Periodista.
Periodista.
Let's see if you can say, we.
Nosotros.
Nosotros.
Nice. Now practice saying, we are, for permanent states of being.
Somos.
Somos.
Now, how do you say, employee?
Empleado.
empleado,
Whoop, whoop. We made it through 2 lessons today. Congratulations, y'all. So tomorrow we'll be doing lesson 6, 7, and then the recap. Hopefully, I don't know if we don't finish, we'll be back here on Saturday. Even though Sábado is supposed to be our movie night, I still have not found a movie, but I will keep looking for y'all, so that we can have our movie night. I hope to see you. I'm gonna put it in the what you call it, because I never know what time I'm gonna do it on Saturday. But maybe like an hour or two. I'll just get it ready like an hour or two before the time we can do I'll post it so that you can see when our movie night is. If you miss the live interaction with movie night, it's okay. Make sure you watch the movie and see what you have learned and see if you are able to retain any of the sentences that are being said, some of the conversation. Okay. All right, y'all.